Episodes 7 and 8. This is where the show stops holding back. Everything starts firing on all cylinders. The action, the tension, but especially the character work. Because what they do with Maul here, I did not expect. There are moments in these episodes that honestly make you feel for him in a way we really haven't before. And at the same time, you start realizing he might be walking the exact same path as the one who made him. And that's what makes this stretch of the story so interesting. Because it's not just about survival anymore, it's about who Maul is becoming. When episode 7 opens, everything feels tight. Maul, Devin, and Riley are moving beneath the city, not as allies, but because they don't really have a choice. The Empire is closing in. Inquisitors are hunting them, and that forces a situation that should never work. Jedi, relying on Maul. You can feel the tension immediately. Devin doesn't trust him. Riley doesn't trust him. But Maul, he's completely calm, because to him, this isn't a partnership, it's positioning. He knows exactly where they are. He knows exactly what they're dealing with. And, more importantly, he knows they're running out of options. And that's when Maul is at his most dangerous. Not when he's winning, but when everyone else is losing. Meanwhile, above the surface, Lawson and Daki are still trying to hold things together, trying to get back to their families, trying to stay ahead of what's coming. But at this point, you can already feel it slipping, because the Empire being here changes everything. There's no more room to breathe, no more room to plan. Every move now feels like it's being made under pressure, and that pressure is exactly what's going to start breaking people. When they reach Maul's lair, that tension finally breaks. Up to this point, Maul's been patient, letting Devin sit in that uncertainty. But here, he's done waiting, because Devin still hasn't chosen. She's still holding on to that line between who she is and what he's trying to pull her toward. So Maul stops talking, and he takes control. He restrains her with the Force, instantly. No effort, no struggle on his end. It's a reminder. This isn't even close to equal. But what matters isn't that he overpowers her. It's how she responds. Because this time, something changes. That anger that's been building, it finally breaks through. She fights it off, not with calm, not with control, but with emotion. And that leads into a brief clash between them, but it doesn't last, because the Empire shows up. And just like that, everything shifts again. The fight gets cut short, and now it's about survival. But this is where Devin makes a choice that really stands out. She doesn't leave. She stays, and fights with Maul. After everything he's done, everything he represents, she still chooses to stand there and help him. And that decision doesn't come out of nowhere, because right before this, Maul offers her something, a way to take down the Empire, and whether she realizes it or not, that's what pulls her in, even if just for a moment. It's chaos. Stormtroopers keep pouring in, and for every group they take down, more replace them. You really start to feel it here. They're not winning this. They're being overwhelmed. Riley gets captured, and just like that, everything becomes real again. This isn't strategy. This isn't some bigger plan. People are losing, and Devin sees it. So this time, she makes a different choice. She walks away. She leaves Maul behind and escapes. But what's interesting is why. Because it's not about rejecting Maul completely. It's about prioritizing something else. Stopping the Empire. Saving Riley. That's what matters to her. And when she reunites with Lawson and her master, that's when the real conflict starts to show. Because her master wants to leave. Get off the planet. Avoid making things worse. But Devin? She's not doing that. She's not walking away from this. Not from the Empire. And definitely not from Riley. And in that moment, she chooses to stay in the fight, even if it means going against everything she's been taught. While Devin escapes, Maul's situation gets worse, fast. The Empire doesn't just send troops, they send hunters, inquisitors. And this is where things shift for Maul in a big way, because up until now, he's been the one controlling everything. But here, he's on the back foot. He's dealing with 2 Inquisitors at once, and he's not at full strength. That injured knee, it matters now. You can see it in how he fights. He's not standing his ground. He's not dominating the way he usually does. He's moving in bursts, striking, retreating, repositioning, almost like he's trying to survive his own fight. And at the same time, everything around him is falling apart. His men are getting overwhelmed. They're outnumbered, outgunned. And then it gets worse. The Mandalorian mercenaries, the ones fighting for him, they abandon him. They try to take the ship and leave. And that moment says a lot, because Maul's entire system, his control, his influence, it only works when people believe in it. The second that breaks, so does everything else. And just like that, he's alone, outnumbered, injured, losing ground. For the first time in these episodes, it actually looks like Maul might lose. He's pushed to his knees, surrounded, and the Inquisitors make it clear there is no escape this time. The Emperor wants him dead, and Maul's response? Likewise. And in that moment, he doesn't fight his way out. He changes the game. He brings the entire cave down on them. No clean victory, no dominance, just survival. Episode 8 picks up right where everything collapsed, and Maul doesn't escape clean. He falls straight into the abyss. No control, no footing, just surviving on instinct, cutting through structures on the way down, forcing his way through anything in front of him. But when he finally hits the bottom, everything changes, because now he's not in control anymore. He's broken. His body is failing. His cybernetics are barely holding together. Every step looks painful. And for the first time in this series, Maul looks weak. But what really stands out here isn't the physical damage, it's what's happening in his mind. Because when he looks into the water, he doesn't just see himself, he sees who he used to be, a child. And that's where everything starts to unravel. The voices come back, the memories start flooding in, and it all leads back to Darth Sidious, his training, the torture, the way he was shaped into this. You see flashes of it, being forced to strike only to be punished, being broken down piece by piece. You see his past victories, his greatest failures, even the moments that left him shattered. And then it gets more personal. His brother, the one person who tried to stop him from going down this path, and the one he lost because of it. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing Maul like this, on his knees, overwhelmed, yelling for silence, that was not on my bingo card. Because for the first time, you don't just see what he is, you see what was done to him. And it doesn't excuse anything, but it makes you understand it. It makes you feel it. And then something shifts. All of that pain, all of that memory, it refocuses. His anger locks back onto one thing. Sidious, you did this to me. And just like that, he finds his purpose again. Not control, not power, revenge. But then, there's one more moment. He sees himself again, that younger version. And this time, his reaction is different. He softens, almost like there's regret there, even a hint of emotion, something we never see from him. And he says, I won't let him do this to anyone else. That line matters, because now the question becomes, does Maul actually believe that? Because at the same time, you can't ignore what he's doing to Devin. He thinks he's different from his master. He thinks he won't abuse or abandon an apprentice the same way. But if you really look at it, he's still pulling her down that same path, just in his own way. And that's what makes this so dangerous. Because Maul might believe he's breaking the cycle, when in reality, he could just be continuing it. Meanwhile, Lawson is dealing with his own impossible decision. His plan? It's desperate. He reaches out to Two Boots, someone who's been all about protocol, all about trusting the system. And that's the problem, because Two Boots still sees the Empire as the Republic, just rebranded. But we're starting to see that belief crack. The Empire isn't here to help, it's here to take control. So Lawson offers a trade, himself, for Riley. And even the Jedi call it what it is, a bad plan. But at this point, they're out of time. And what makes this moment really interesting is that Two Boots actually accepts, but not in the way anyone expects. Because instead of following the deal, he goes rogue. He frees Riley and escapes with Lawson. Maul is still alive, barely, dragging himself forward, piece by piece, running on pain, rage, makes it back to his men. A message comes through, a name, Dryden Voss, Crimson Dawn. They want to meet. These 2 episodes might be where the series peaks. Everything is firing on all cylinders right now. The action hits. The tension is constant. But what really stands out is Maul. Because I did not expect to feel for him like this. Seeing him break down, seeing that emotion, even that moment where it feels like he's holding back tears. And it really puts into perspective just how much Darth Sidious took from him. His home, his family, his brother, everything. And then you've got Devin on the other side of this, and I've got to give her credit. She's not taking the easy way out. She's standing on what she believes in, even when it would be way easier to walk away. But at the same time, you can see where this is going. Her hatred for the Empire. That's what's starting to connect her to Maul. And if something pushes her over the edge, that might be the turning point. Maul is probably going to shift closer to that Solo look by the end of the season. His legs are barely holding together, his gears falling apart, and if someone like Dryden Voss gets involved, that could be the turning point. But more than anything, this story right now, it's not just about Maul surviving, it's about what he becomes next, and whether Devin can avoid becoming part of that.